Hello there, beautiful soul. Welcome back to Unveil the Path. I am Sian Leah, and today we are leaning into the truth that we so often forget. Rhythm, it is not something that you force, it is something that you follow. This episode is called Sacred Rhythms, the art of gentle structure. And it feels especially alive for me right now because this weekend I attended the most beautiful event, the full moon reset. It was at the Raha Beach Hotel and it is in Abu Dhabi. Now, let me be honest with you. When you hear full moon ceremony, you probably imagine us barefoot on the sand, waves crashing in the background, glowing under the moonlight. So romantic, right? Well, reality check. This is Abu Dhabi in September. If we try to do yoga under the full moon outside, we would be puddles in the second downward dog. So instead, we gathered in this most gorgeous conference hall inside the hotel. And yet, here's the magic. Even indoors, you could feel the moon's pull. The energy was thick, almost humming. We started with a welcome ritual. That flowed into yoga and then a lunar eclipse intention ceremony. And it ended with sound healing. Now just imagine 100 of us lying on mats, eyes closed, bathed in the resonance of crystal bowls. It was grounding. It was expansive. And it reminded me once again, rhythm, it isn't always about setting. Rhythm is about the alignment inside you. There was a season in my life when the structure and we were enemies. I had color-coded planners, sticky notes everywhere, my phone buzzing with alarms. And yet, I was still dropping balls left, right, and center. As an adult woman living with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, I blamed myself constantly. Why can't I just keep everything together? I built the most beautiful routines on a Sunday night, and by Tuesday, it was already falling apart. Cue to the shame cycle. People kept telling me, be more disciplined. Just stick to the plan. Manage your time better. But here's the thing. Rigidity doesn't work for everyone's brain. It breaks us. It disconnects us. What I needed wasn't more rigidity. I needed rhythm. Not so long ago, I had one of those mornings. I woke up tired, my body tense, my mind foggy. I couldn't even remember what day it was. I wasn't burnt out. I was just drifting. And in that silence, I heard it. Not a voice, but the whisper of my heart. Structure isn't a cage, love. It's kindness. That is when I realized I need to return. I need to return to what feeds me. Not a rigid plan, but to be a rhythm. Nature reminds me of this again at this full moon reset. Even though we were inside, the event was built around the cycles of the moon. And it made me realize routine says, do this every day at 7 a.m. But rhythm says, what do you need in this moment? Napoleon Hill, he persistently says that persistence shapes our destiny, but without rhythm, okay, persistence is just burnout. Now let that sink in. Persistence shapes destiny, but without rhythm, persistence, it is just burnout. Dr. Joe Dispenza, he talks about elevated emotions and intentions. But if you are exhausted, you can't access elevation. And Kahil Gabran, I'm sure that he will smile and just remind us, your soul has its own tempo. Honor it. These days, gentle structure in my life looks like a Sunday ritual to pause and reset without pressure. And a Thursday, a creative block where I unplug and I write. Morning rhythms, prayer, breathe and stretch. Coffee and no phone until I'm grounded, until I feel settled. So I would like to give you a closing ritual here. Candlelight, one deep exhale, nothing fancy. It's not rigid, it flows, but it tells me I am helped. I am not behind. I am not broken. I'm just between beats. And here is your reminder, my friend. You do not need more structure. You don't need a rigid structure. You just need sacredness inside. You are not inconsistent. You are attuned. You are not lazy. You are sensitive to flow. And that is not a flaw. That is wisdom. Try this rhythm reset. Name 3 anchors, 3 things that soothes you, not because they are productive, but because they nourish you. For me, morning breathwork, midday music, coffee at sunset, flexible time window instead of do this at 7. Say something like sometime between breakfast and lunch. Create a loving cue for yourself. A sticky note, a bracelet, a gentle alarm that says, breathe, breathe. So many of us hold our breaths. Just breathe. In, hold it, and then out. Try it 4 or 5 times. Forgive the gaps you'll forget. You'll skip days. That is not failure. That is being human. Whisper to yourself, my rhythm is valid, even if it doesn't look like theirs or theirs. Let your life have its own rhythm, its own rules. Let your ritual be kindness, not cages. Let your structure hold you, not harden you. And when you drift, just remember this. You are not late. You are not behind. You are simply between beats. And let the next note rise when it is ready and rest when it needs to. That, my friend, that is the art of gentle structure. Now, until next time, keep breathing, keep unveiling, and keep listening for your rhythm. And my friend, if this episode resonated with you, I would love for you to help me keep sharing these whispers of rhythm and balance with more people. If you're listening on YouTube, please like this video, hit subscribe, and tap that little bell so that you know when the next episode drops. And if you are tuning in on TikTok or Spotify or Apple Podcast, you can follow the show and leave a short review. It does mean so much to me, and it helps the community to grow. Thank you for being here, for listening, and for walking this path with me, with love. Until next Tuesday, Sian Leah.